Hey, so this video we're going to call Alchemy for Dummies. The transformative process, kind of just explained in a short form to get the ball rolling. So this is a terminology that's been around a very long time and recently gotten popular again for good reason. Alchemy is the turning lead into gold, but we're going to be taking a lot more symbolism from it rather than the actual literal, because alchemy itself is a process of transforming the lead toxic dead weight of your body and soul and mind into something a little more pure, gold, and even a step farther after that. But base steps is understanding and awareness. It's a mindfulness practice, and it's going through a whole transformative process of, have you ever heard of the 12 steps of AA, NA kind of thing? It's a lot like that. That's actually one of the ways that's a more of a mainstream method, if you've ever heard of it, but it's easy enough to find out about. Regardless, that connection with your body, mind, and soul is a lot more than just la-di-da, I'm a changed person. You really do have to go through absolutely everything about your past, even if it takes writing it down and talking to a person. Like if you're confessing to a priest, you're already doing something similar. If you're talking with a best friend, letting things out, you're processing emotion. So the transformative process of turning lead is really getting through all of the ghosts of the past that you have and being able to let that go, let that heal, and be able to grow into a further state of being and awareness. And that's even if you're talking in the Jesus story. He talks about when you start this process, you're going to be disgusted. And then after that, the healing can begin. And that's exactly it. Once you get over yourself, you'd be amazed at the power of the mind. Now I'm going to glance on mastering the four elements now, because Jesus walked on water during a storm, and he rode the waves, and he calmed the storm. Symbolically, the room was in chaos. He kept his cool, and then he was able to calm the room down. Water is your emotional state. Wind is your mental clarity. Earth is your grounding and also your drive. Fire, of course, relatable to anger, but also another type of, what produces your aura, your fire within. So it's kind of duality. So in terms of keeping your temper, but also having that motivation. So when we're talking about how alchemy is mastery of the four elements, it once again, it symbolically represents mastering, all aspects of your emotional state. Because the fact of the matter is, if you're able to keep your cool no matter what, you are considered pretty high end on, this state of awareness kind of stuff. Because the thing is that when it comes to giving and receiving energy, it is a reciprocating effect. But then also you run into people that you enjoy being around, or you just feel drained. This is relating to vibrations. So this is another aspect that goes a little bit beyond just the start point of regular alchemy. When you start going into frequency and energies, that's a whole new ball of yarn. But that is, like the next level after that. It's once you start doing research on it, you just get so excited to learn more things. It's so much fun. Why? Well, because, every second, every day, it's a new experience. And if you want to call it a bad thing that happens, is like, well, no, I lived through it, I learned a lesson, and tomorrow's a new day. So it's amazing, because when you're crossing a lot of things all together, and you realize that every piece of media that you've had to witness in your life gave you a clue. Every artist is trying to tell you an absolute truth through a lie, while the politicians are just telling you lies to cover up the truth. That's another crossover, but the fact of the matter is that what we understand of the world is like a beautiful stained glass tapestry that's, broken and shattered on the floor. Now, the big job, and even Christ said, I'm not here to save everybody. I'm here for you to learn how to save yourself. And that's the thing, back to the stained glass. If we put these puzzle pieces together and put it together, like solidly, and get that picture all connected, it'll be an amazing thing. And that's when, the alchemists are talking about a new world coming. Like, there is an awakening. More people are becoming mindful. More people are becoming aware. And it's a ripple effect that leads to something that I lovingly refer to as critical mass. It's a telepathic effect that we've all had in school. I don't understand this subject. I don't get it. And then just all of a sudden, it clicks. That is critical mass. Once a certain amount of people achieve a certain state of knowing, others will instantly comprehend. The power of the mind is absolutely amazing. Here's a life hack. Never say, "Oh, I'm sick," again. You say, "I'm healing." And you'd be surprised how much faster you get better. Again, it's the mind tricks. And this all relates to alchemy, but it's a good jump point because there's so much more to it than that. So take a look in all the good books, take a cross-reference into different religions. You're going to take a look into a lot of different things that it's the twice-told tale, kind of like the game of telephone all around the world. Different times, different places, different teachers, messiahs, holy men, and women. Like the Book of Mary. She actually talks with Jesus and he gives her an in detail of how to make this transformation happen. It's a banned book from the church, but somehow the information's gotten leaked out again. And the Tartarian records and the 38,000-year-old power generator underneath the pyramids of Giza, and all these things, we're just finding about it. They have radar that comes from outer space, so of course they can see this ground penetrating, but it's amazing. And yet, you could get down the rabbit hole and get very scared, or you could just jump right in and be afraid of nothing and say, "I'm here to learn. Please teach me." You know what? It's amazing how far you get when you say, "Just fill my cup, please. I'm coming up with respect and love and appreciation." And this is a clue of how I got to be, I guess, but I'm still learning. One day I'll call myself a professional, but I wear too many hats for that right now. But, yeah, I think that's about it for now. At least that's a good start off. If anybody's never even heard about all this kind of thing, well, this could be the, just enough to get the gears turning. Mindfulness and awareness is the first step. And then how far you want to go after that, it's up to the individual. I wish you luck on your journey. Hope this helps. Love you.